You're live, Earl. Say hello. Say howdy, everybody. There's Buster. No, you have to stay away from the tripod, which you're normally afraid of. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep it on Earl for now. Buster's down here playing on the floor. And in a little bit, maybe what I'll do is lower the tripod and then y'all can see Buster. Right, Earl? Now, Earl has been talking up a storm and calling everybody jerks the minute he saw me set up the camera. Turbo. Good morning. Yeah, Buster's in here too, and like I said, I'll try to put the camera tripod down a little bit or move it around. He got a new, what do you call it, little shopping cart full of blocks from a yard sale. And he's kind of been interested in those. Go over here, Bus. Earl's usually the star of the live anyway. I think he kind of just performs a little bit more. But I don't know. I might be able to lower this. Let me try. It might be too small. So if I can get Buster maybe to go over this way and play. Go over here. There you go. Here, you want some blocks? You want some of your blocks? Here's this little chewy thing that the girls gave you. Oh, I didn't mean to hit you. There's a shoe. You're obsessed with shoes. Oh, here's an egg. What else can I find? Here's another egg. And then here's the shopping cart. There. How's that? So I think the way I have it now, if he goes over a little closer to Earl, you might be able to see him. Let's see if I can. I'm trying. So I really want to start doing lives in here. Okay, you can kind of see both of them right now. Kiki girl. Yeah, you missed her Kiki girl. You guys tell me too if you think it's better with like, you know, we normally kind of have a haze and all that. But I'm sitting off in my bedroom. Hopefully you guys will still be able to hear me. But half the time Buster wants to be in here during a live anyway. And also Earl is usually the star of the show. So we're going to try this out. So bear with me. Let me try to catch up on these. Earl's hung up on Kiki. And good morning, everybody. Sorry if I've missed anything. I'm trying to catch up. Oh, the weather's awful.
What?
Earl, ever since I set up the tripod, Earl has said jerk about 15 times this morning. Willie, I bet it's been a bear trying to work on your garden. It's been awful here. Hello from Arizona. Ooh, I hope you're getting a break in the weather. Earl, I love his aha. What? Oh, Buster. He's such a stinker, so look. He's perched up on this. Just where he's out of frame from Earl. If I can get him to go to like his off of there for a second, I'll let me see if I scoot this back. It's kind of a work in progress. Like I said, I really want to start filming from in here. Let's see. Maybe I can do. Sorry, you guys. Buster, you always like to make it difficult for Mom, don't you? Mama. You gonna call me Mama today? Okay. Excuse you, Earl. Earl needs some Tums, apparently. I know, I'm a comedian, right, Earl? Godlike Gaming, we actually had a green cheek Kenor. His name was Buddy Love, after, I can't remember, it was the Eddie Murphy movie back in the 90s, and my daughter wanted a bird, and we had him, and actually green cheeks are not known for speaking, and he spoke in complete sentences. He knew every one of our kids' names. He would tell them to get out of bed in the morning for school. He was amazing, and he tragically died. Somebody fed him something when we had went to a family reunion out of state, and somebody stayed with him, and a kid gave him something, and it was just a complete accident. But anyway, I love green cheeks. I do at some point, I would like to find a bird that likes me, that's a smaller bird, but I also kind of, I mean, I know birds are not really quiet, but we have two very loud birds. That's right, Earl. So I was thinking something like a cynical, a cockatiel, which I know they can even be loud too, but they're cute, and I love how they whistle and sing songs. We're a musical group, as you know. Now, Earl's musical is more in fart sounds and things like that, but at the same time, we do a lot of music stuff here. So I hope that answers your question, but I do love green cheeks. They're awesome. Nutty Professor, thank you. And hi, everybody. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone. Okay, oh, hi, Life of Dennis. I saw you on the live cake slide the other night. I'm glad you we're over there. Mine wasn't. What are you doing on that, Buster? Why don't you come over here and play on with your toys, please? Thank you, sir. Okay, Amanda, I know you've told me before, but if the person with the orchid's on here, let me know. I got an orchid. I finally found one discounted enough that I was willing to take a risk. But I'm doing water culture with it, or water, whatever. I'm raising it in water. Earl, now please stay on your stand. Stay on the coffee bar, sir. Thank you. Bus, chew on the toys, not the door. Good listening. Earl. Earl. I don't cover them at 6 a.m. And then they have like cage time, I call it. And then they usually get out around 10. And then they go to bed at night at 6. So I have mine on the 6 to 6 schedule. And I like it. You look so offended, Buster.
Hello.
Yep, thanks, Amanda. I know you got a lot going on, so I appreciate you being here. Willie, too. I know Willie's knee-deep in gardening in this hot sun and all that, too. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you guys very much. And I'm sorry I missed the last 2 weeks. The 1 week I just didn't feel up to it, to be honest. And then I just had some stuff going on last week, too. It happens sometimes. I'm pretty sure, I have to look, but I'm pretty sure all through August I should be able to do lives on Thursday. And I want to do a couple weekend lives with Earl, where we sit in our room and we do a live with another channel. I know Kate and I have done that and talk about exotics. There's a couple other pages that I personally follow that I feel like they don't really have the subscribers. They like Suki the cockatoo. She's hilarious, and her mom, it's hilarious. So I wanted to get a hold of her and see maybe about doing a live together. So I got some stuff like that planned too. And I'm always up for ideas, you guys. I know everybody wants me to do a morning routine. And I'm going to do it at some point, I promise. But I'm annoying Buster. I don't know if you can see his eyes beating at me. I am not a happy morning person. And so every night I tell myself, like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And then I'm just too grumpy. So I will get it done at some point. But it may not be the best. Because like I said, I'm just not a very happy morning person. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like the coffee. I hope Earl's not going to jump or what, but birds ring completely silent. Yes, I actually put a fan in there at night to help drown out the noise. Because so I don't know if you see my hand. That doorway right there, that's the bird room, and then this is like. Where we're at right now is like a pantry area / play area for the birds. And then next to it where I am is our bedroom. And on the weekends, sometimes we watch TV. So I make sure I have some sort of a filter through there so that it doesn't disturb them and wake them up. because Buster is very, very cranky if he hasn't had his sleep. I know, yeah. I'm trying to be quiet so he will continue talking, but I want to warn you guys because I have somebody picking something up off my porch. Anybody with headphones might want to know, like, because I have Max and Bo with me and are in the room because they're obsessed with me. So they're probably going to bark. So I just want to let everybody know with headphones or in general. I'm trying to pull like my curtain to. So I wanted to, you guys, that I know some of you have trouble sometimes with blurriness. I'm just wondering how this setup looks. I know it's much smaller than the kitchen, but a lot of times too, this area is where Buster likes to talk and rant. So yeah, you're right. Okay, good. Okay, because this is what I'm really gonna gear more of the live stream. I mean, I might not do it every week, but go on, Buster. Go over there. Thank you, sir. Bo's in here. Bo's fine. What do you see? Earl, what do you see up there? Oh, you about fell down. What do you know? What do you know? Oh, you up on your stand? He's on his podium. Let's go. Give us a good one, Buster. Give us a good speech. What's the secret to life? Earl. Oh, cute. I gotta get him some more, or give him some of my old ones and get me some new ones. He's kind of chewed a lot of them up. They want to know where your scrub daddies are. I did buy him a couple new scrub brushes yesterday at Dollar Corner store and some binkies. Okay, just a warning, I have a package coming. So if the dogs see him, they're gonna... They didn't hear it. Oh, hi Ruth. Hey, we went on vacation. I wore my action part shirt. Nobody there seemed to know, but where we went, everybody's from Ohio anyway. I don't know what it is about Hilton Head and Ohioans, but I didn't meet anybody from New Jersey. Also, I normally play a little bit of music, but I had taken my little Alexa out of here, and I might turn on YouTube on my TV, but I had taken it out and I had set it on my bed because Buster was playing out here and I was afraid he'd chew up the cord and Bo chew up the cord. So I have a cord coming, but anyway. So it is kind of quiet, I know. I'm glad you like the feathers, Ruth. I'm glad you like that. Sorry, you guys, I'm multitasking via text with some of my kids. Yep, he is a dogachoo. He's a dogachoo. He's all kinds of cockachoo. So Nadia, do you give yours the what do you call it? The orchid like fertilizer? I watched some stuff. There's like an orchid whisper on YouTube, and she does it like every 2 weeks. I also got a little aquarium, and I'm gonna grow some house plants in it. Oh no. Oh, thank you, Splash Girl. Oh, thank you, our Bobby. I think Buster's kind of confused why everything is set up in here. And so I tell him on Thursdays, like, or whenever, if we're having a live, I tell them, like, it's live show. Today's your live show. And I ask Earl, like, you don't call everybody a jerk? Different things like that. But we haven't done much in this area. But like I said, I think it's better with the light in, and Buster always comes in here anyway during a live. So, but he knows what a camera is. Trust me. He completely knows. Earl. He's a stinker. Yeah, I do actually ask him a lot. Um, hope nobody thought that the little word he dropped the other day was. So I kind of think what's happening, because the other day, so I feed Bo in a kennel, and I don't really normally have a kennel out. He's listening to me. So I think because I'm trying to train him where I tell him like kennel up and things like that. So I think where he used to live, they must have used kennels, because when I went to put Bo in yesterday or the day before, and I told him to sit, because I make him sit and I put his food in and I make him wait, and then I tell him like, kennel up. When I let him out, when I opened the kennel door, Earl yelled at him, "Get out of there! Get out!" So something has triggered a PTSD memory. Not that there's anything funny about PTSD, there's not, with the kennel. Because we really very seldom had used a kennel prior to this. But any rescue dog I've ever had or foster, we feed in a kennel. Because I took in a boxer one time early on when I first started doing fostering, and she attacked my dog over food, and he was never the same. It like brought on an arthritis. Buster, come over here, please. And he was never ever the same. So we do that for quite a while. Hey, Buster. Oh, okay, thank you. Good listening. You good boy? I really need to put some. So how's everybody doing? Is it hot where everybody's at? I know we're having some crazy heat waves. Now, Buster, I'm gonna walk over here and put a newspaper on Earl's kennel, and you're gonna be nice to me. Right? I mean it, sir. You're gonna be nice to me. What's up, the sky? Ugh. I got my barn hair don't care shirt on, and it is true. Okay.
Okay. Jump out there.
Bust, Earl. Be nice. Okay, somebody's pulling up again in my yard, so hopefully the dogs don't see them. But just warning. Woo, good.
Oh. What? 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 What?
Thanks for being here, Chris. You have a great day. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh, 103 in Washington State. My gosh. That's hotter than where I'm at, and I'm in the south. It's supposed to be 94, but honestly, with the humidity, it'll be triple digits. Easy. So I still kind of have the same lights in here, but I still feel like it looks a little bit better. Yeah, Earl's the dog boss, isn't he? I need to refresh this because I just realized like I'm almost a minute behind. I messed the camera up when I went out there. Sorry, guys. Like I said, we'll have to keep working on this, and I'll get it figured out. I'm gonna try to work with my GoPro this weekend too. I know I've been saying that ever since I got it, but it's a good thing I got a long phone cord, Buster. That's about as far as I can go back. There we go. Ta-da! Hi, Buster. Hey, Earl. Wave to everybody, Earl. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah, I finally found a dollhouse. I had some, a lot of times I'll sell stuff on Macquarie just mostly because there's something I want to buy. So I finally found Earl's little Barbie dream house on Macquarie at a price that was reasonable, and got it for him. But I pretty much just use it in here with the coffee bar. He honestly, he seems the happiest there. He talks more there. If you look back even at old videos when I would set up a camera and he would talk, it was when he had his Barbie dream house. So he's got a Barbie Jeep too. Bye, Splash Girl. Thanks for being here. I'm new at the GoPro. I'm still struggling with it. Ooh, that's pretty nice weather. Hi from Germany. Welcome. Yeah, he's doing his invisible thing. Oh. Miserable in New Jersey. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's crazy. Michigan. Oh, you keep buffering, Willie. Yeah. How's your garden doing? I've got tons of cucumbers coming in on mine. What are you doing, Bus? Come back over here, sir. Don't chew on the door, please. Bring your toy over here. Bring it over here, Bussy Bus. Bring it over here. Everybody wants to see you. Buster. He has a little toy over there by the door. There he goes. I think he's gonna push it over here. Oh, hi, Tranquility. Thank you. They have some beautiful water in Michigan. I never realized it. Thanks for being here, Karen. Well, hello, Susan. Yeah, he actually destroyed. They make these bamboo toothbrushes, and last couple times I've been in Dollar Quarter Store, I've grabbed a couple of them, and my goodness, he destroys them. He makes them into toothpicks, don't you, Buster? But he loves his scrubbies and stuff. He hasn't really been into his passies lately. I got him a couple wooden trucks at a yard sale that he's been cockachewing. But he likes to go behind his cage right now. It's his thing. And chews on wood. Right, Bussy? Bus, go over here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Willie. Well, they say you're supposed to clean them and everything when you get them from outside. Um, and you have to be careful. There's so many that they can have, they can't have. I think cedar is bad. I think most fruit trees are poisonous. The branches are. There's a big long list, but my husband made a really beautiful stand for him one time. I mean, he like got the wood, he like cleaned it and did all this stuff, and Buster was scared to pieces of it, but I ended up selling it. But I think he might try that again pretty soon to see if he would do it. But yeah, it would be a lot cheaper. There's a lady I follow on Instagram. She goes to Home Depot, I think, or Lowe's, one of those, and they give her chunks of like discarded wood for her cockatoos. I can't imagine how bad it is in Canada. To go back to that comment, my daughter's in Southern Ohio, and they were having air quality issues. Plus, where she works, she wears a respirator all day, and not all day, but it's part of her job. But she was really sick when she got down here over like the smoke, and then where she wears a respirator. And she said the same thing. She could not imagine what it would be like actually living in the area, just because it was really affecting her where she was. So I'm hoping it gets better. Yeah, I know, it's sad. Well, thank you for telling me that, Willie. I'll make sure to stay away from that one. I've got tomatoes really coming up. I've got some actually I need to pick. So my daughter buys cherry tomatoes all the time, and a lot of times she doesn't finish them, and so I'll throw them in the ground. And I have so many cherry tomatoes, I don't know what to do with them. And I have some regular ones, but they're just coming up much slower. And then I actually bought seeds for Roma and beef stock, because I use a lot of Roma to make salsa, and we use beef stock on sandwiches and some hamburgers and such. And I think my cherry tomatoes are almost like choking them out, so I might end up I gotta move some stuff around this weekend. Well, I thank a lot of you for waiting for the right time. And if you can, please work with the rescue or volunteer. I think you learn so much by volunteering at a rescue. It was my intention to try to volunteer once a month, the one near me, but then COVID had hit. And honestly, it's hard for me to pencil out a day to be even once a month, with even my regular schedule, but I wish that I could. It's been a real learning curve for me here too, Willie. I was always like taught you plant your garlic on 4th of July and harvest at, or no, plant it on Halloween and harvest 4th of July. So I did that and I have nothing. Like, I have nothing. I mean, I planted tons of garlic. So I've got to look up and figure out how you plant garlic in our zone because evidently I did it wrong. I get my potatoes and my onions out too late every year. I did have a small harvest of potatoes this year. Same with green beans and peas. So I'm going to concentrate more on that in the fall. Because really there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to grow certain things all year round. And with potatoes being almost $10 for a 10-pound bag, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, I'm so sorry, Denise. That's awful. A software crust, yeah. Are you in the States? What zone are you in, Laura, if you don't mind telling me? Buster, what are you doing? You're normally scared to pieces of this tripod, and now you're like acting like you're gonna climb on it. Are you being silly today? Yeah, thank you, Amanda. Welcome back, Songbird. You're zone 5, okay. Are you playing with your ball? Come over here and dance with your ball, sir. Come on. It's actually Earl's little ball that you're playing with now. Come on, Bus. Come over here. Aha! Oh. I think I'm 7A, I think. And by the way, I have the little boxes up around the old coffee bar so that Buster doesn't go under it. It seems to deter him. We were in here the other day and he kept trying to go under there and then climb kind of up. And it just made me uncomfortable with Earl. So that's why. Bussy, come over here. Come on. Get you some toys. Come over here, please. There we go. Excuse you, Earl. You got that gas. My son teaches him that he'll play farting noises and burping noises like non-stop. Yeah, he's hilarious, Buster. Aha! Aha! Oh, thank you, Rosemary. From Mississippi or Massachusetts? I'm sorry. Hi, Chrissy. Who else have I missed? Zone. What we mean by zones, Annika, is your growing zone. Yeah, my dog chewed up the cord of the Alexa that I use in here, and I didn't feel like dragging the other one out. I guess they just want to preen today. Let's see if I can get Buster in frame. But no, that's as far as I can go. I've got my cord stretched. Let's see. It's a little better. He's giving me the stink eye. He's got plenty to choose from in that thing. Yeah, he probably is, Annika. He does understand, like, what the camera is, for sure. I mean, so now I realize where Earl gets so. So I would trust Buster actually more to be up there with Earl than I trust Earl. Earl's really sassy. He'll even like call the dogs over to him sometimes just because he wants to bite them, like bite their tail. So he's a little bit of more of a concern for me, really, than Buster is. But I mean, they tolerate each other and they do talk back and forth to each other some in their cage. And again, one of these days I want to do a video or maybe even a live where I have the camera up during cage time. It's probably impossible to get both cages in the video, but I'll probably just put it on Buster because it's easier. But a lot of times they do talk back and forth. So Buster was being pretty loud. I think it was yesterday. And Earl had enough and he kept telling him to shut up. And he does tell Buster to shut up a lot, and I've just never caught it on video. But one of these days we'll get it. I like to, I'm the same, Willie. I like to ground my own coffee. My dad always ground his own coffee beans, and it is a fresher, like, better cup, but I can't always do it, so. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of chill like this through the day, like I said. Oh, I'm glad. I was feeling like it was maybe boring. I'll tell you a good coffee. It's out of Gallipolis, Ohio. Is Silverbridge. You would have to order it, I'm sure, if it's possible, but that was my favorite coffee, and I can't get it anymore. I'm gonna look and see actually if I can order that online. But I love Silverbridge, and they do have whole and ground and all that. Oh, thank you, Rosemary. That was my mom's name, so I love your name. Oh, thank you. It's called Silverbridge Coffee. It's from Gallipolis, Ohio. Gallia for short. What's WWF, Annika? I don't mean to sound. To me, that's like wrestling. My son, he like, the wrestlers when he's a little boy, and he used to call them his wrestling mans. He'd say, Dad, set up my wrestling mans. And my husband would put up, like little scenarios for him on his, he had like the little arena and everything for him. I wish I would have kept that stuff. Yeah, let me know if you end up getting it and what you think. It was one of my favorite. The most popular one is the Buckeye. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Buckeye something, but there was another one that I liked better. Let me see. Oh, they have a lot of new ones that I didn't know about. Oh, okay. Words with Friends. Okay, gotcha. People call them both, really. I'll refer to a parakeet and call it budgie in the next line. Like, they're really the same thing to me. Well, thank you, Denise. Yeah, I call them both. It just depends on where I'm at in my mind. We have had Earl. Oh. Um, I think it'll be 3 years in March. Time just really gets away from me, so, but I'm pretty sure it'll be 3 years in March. You guys might think Buster's staring at y'all, but he is straight up staring at me like, what in the heck are you doing? Sitting in a chair in your room. Where's Dad? I love caramel coffee. In fact, I love caramel in general. Sometimes I crave it, and I don't know why. Um, but I absolutely, I love caramel. I know, I wish he would. Might have been the one that I got, but I think I like, I'm real into like the Guatemala type coffee. I like medium, mild to medium, like breakfast type, light roast to medium, I guess you call it. The Mothman looks interesting. That's a thing down there. They have like a Mothman museum. There's a great big myth about it and all this stuff. But Buckeye Breakfast Buzz was always like the most popular. But it wasn't my favorite one. I can't remember which one was. They have a Columbus, Ohio one, that's funny. breakfast blend. That was my favorite. Oh yeah. Um, I know coffee camp sounds amazing, doesn't it? I also, so where I grew up, we had a lot of springs, and we had this natural spring that we could just go get water from. And actually, growing up, and even when my husband and I were first married, we didn't have running water. Most of my life, I didn't have running water in the house. As a kid, I guess. And for a couple years, even when my husband and I were first married, we didn't have running water. Um, and then when we did get running water, we had a really bad well, and we didn't have much water. So I've hauled water a lot. Anyway, they had this spring, and it is the absolute best cup of coffee I have ever had. Um, and when I visit, I try to go over there and get a gallon of it just to be able to make a cup of coffee with it. Um, Deer Creek spring water does make a pretty good cup of coffee too, but I haven't found anything that is as good as the spring water from where I grew up. I don't know if the Mothman is in Gallipolis, Ohio, or if it's in West Virginia, because like they border. I don't. It's either in Gallipolis, Ohio, or Parkersburg. And there was a great big like bridge collapse in that area as well. Um, but yeah, Mothman's either in Gallipolis or Parkersburg, West Virginia. They, like they border right there. Oh, you're in Point Pleasant. Well, I was about. I was in southeastern Ohio, so I lived in Jackson. So is it Prism? Am I saying that right? Prism shift. So you understand Appalachia. It's so nice to have somebody understand Appalachia. Oh no, I understand, Kathy. It's crazy. Um, oh, you're in Central Ohio. Actually, there's a Charlie Brown rescue. They're in Columbus, and they need volunteers so badly. And they sometimes get some sulfur crusted. They have a couple umbrellas right now. Um, it's the Charlie Brown Rescue Group in Columbus. There's one in Cincinnati, I believe, too. I don't know of any in West Virginia though, but yeah, you might try the Charlie Brown. They're one of my favorites. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah, my grandmother came to the States from Germany. Oh, really, Laura? I didn't know that. I'm trying to go back and catch up, you guys. I'll have to look that coffee up too, Willie. I haven't heard of that one. Oh, you put it's in Point Pleasant. Um, Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to catch up. Yeah. I even like we had a well that I'd have to take a rope with a bucket down and pull it up, and then we finally got what they call a cistern, like the hand pump basically, and that made it so much better. Oh, Denise, yeah, got two Denises in here. cistern. Yep, I had a cistern. Yep. At one of the houses we lived in, we had a cistern. And it actually would pump into the house, but we had to pay to have water hauled into it. And then when my daughter was going through her cancer treatment, she wasn't allowed to like bathe in it or anything, so we had to go, our pastor let us come and get water from him and his wife, and then we would heat it up and put it in the sink to give her her bath, because she had a port, and they were just worried that the well water, where it was a cistern, would have bacteria in it and all this stuff. So it was crazy times. Yeah, my grandmother came here, and my daughter has been trying to get like more of a family history on it, because it appears they came right before World War II, so we're not sure, like, you know, my dad's side family, like, we have detailed information, but then the others, we really don't. It really is, and it's a comfort, you know, but which we've had running water now for many years, and all the comforts of normal society, air conditioning. My husband grew up in Central Florida with no air conditioning, so I think that's pretty rough too. But I will say, which I don't have that here, but where we were set up at our last home before we moved here, you know, we had everything. We were on grid, but we were also set up where we were okay if we were off grid. We had a well, you know, we had all those things, and that is something that I prefer to have. But we'll get there hopefully. A swamp, okay. My daughter had one of them when she was in Texas for a little while. Yeah, Earl's Mr. Kissy Kissy. He called me a jerk earlier, and then I was like, Earl, be nice, and then he gave me a kiss. Huh, Earl? I like Earl because he laughs at my jokes. Don't you, Earl? Earl, a lot of times when I set up the camera and like go away, he does telephone calls. He's listened to a lot of telephone calls, haven't you, Earl? Yep. Thank you, Laura, for being here. We appreciate it. What do you think you're doing, sir? Thanks for being here. You have a good day. Buster, quit giving me the stink eye. And Songbird, by the way, that Silverbridge you can usually find at Kroger. I think even in the Columbus area they have it in some of the Krogers. Just French. My daughter knows a lot of French and Spanish. thanks for being here, Denise. You have a good day.
You feel that? Oh, look. What? What are you doing? What? What? Woo! Mr. Bar. Oh. It's chocolate. Oh, stop. Up. Chocolate bag. Here. You saw that people? Earl. What? What?
Oh, Buster's back on his stand. Uh-oh. He may have his... I may have to rescue you, Buster. That's not stuck on you, is it? Hmm?
Hello? Hey. Oh, more shot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah. Oh, get up, bro. Hey, stop. No. What? Hey, stop. What are you doing? No. Oh, girl. No. Ooh, shh. We go, boo. All right. What? What? What are you? Hey. What? Hello? Where are you? Wow.
Buster. Hi, Buzz. I see you planning your attack. I haven't heard of that songbird. I'll have to look that up. I'm gonna copy that so I know to look later. Don't try to chew on the door, boss. Fainting goats crack me up anyway, so I'll have to try to find that. And oh my goodness, listen, my husband makes hands down the best grits in the world. Better than like Cracker Barrel or anywhere I've ever had, even like little mom and pop places. My husband, he makes the best grits. Oh, thank you, Nadia. I really enjoy our little times, you know. I mean, it's fun to watch the birds and listen to them and all, but I enjoy our chats too, because a lot of times we talk about more than just the birds. Always do try to encourage rescues. You know, I'm not against if you don't or anything like that. You know, I just that's just part of, you know, it's important to me, so I try to share that. Um, but I like talking, like, you know, we talked about gardens, coffee, orchids, all the things that I love. Birds, dogs, people. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I have seen that one, yeah. You can't hardly hear me, Jennifer? Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. It's very nice. Yeah, I need to get back into the short thing. Um, I was really popping out a lot of shorts for a while. Um, it's just easier usually, but then I got where I was trying to put up a long every day, and then I've kind of gotten away from the shorts. And like now there's like a short requirement, at least like for income anyway, um, that you have to participate in like an online. I don't. It's not a class anyway. It's like a Zoom thing, and you can pick one. And I don't think I've done the one for this quarter. So all the ones they've been offering, I don't have time to participate in it. So I need to try to do that. But he's here. He's below the camera because you know he's just like that, and he's staring at me. Yeah, the ringnecks are really something. I've heard that the males are better than the females. I guess the females are kind of sassy. I don't know if you guys hear my belly growling. It is awful. I've only had a small yogurt early this morning. That's all I've had today. Thanks, Jennifer. Goat yoga? I haven't heard of that one. My daughter did cat yoga. up, Buzz. What'd you choose? Yeah, Buster's back up on his stand. He picked out some sort of toy. I don't know why it's not showing Buster, because he's up here. Let me see if that helps. Okay, it's just that I'm that far behind. I don't know what's going on. Like, my stream, so I have, a phone that I use to live stream. And then I get on my computer and just turn the volume off and watch it from there. And that's how I keep up with everything. And it's almost like a minute behind because Buster's been sitting up there for well over a minute, and I had to refresh it to get it. I don't know, it's really weird. Thanks, Denise. It's actually a doll. And earlier he was kind of playing with his hair. That's one of the things he does to some of my daughters. We actually have to be careful. I don't know if he's just trying to nest or what, but he is obsessed with hair, with female hair. And he'll try to grab it and stuff like that. So he's doing his beady-eyed thing. He's got his foot out though. He's happy and everything. I think I'll have to look that up, Willie. I don't know how to do that. I'm very technically challenged. Oh, Nadia, thanks for being here. I'll have to keep you up with my orchid. Yeah, Buster's pretending he's he's pretending he's invisible and frozen. Probably. Symbol at the top of the screen. I don't see that. Oh, I see one here. I have it on normal.
What?
Oh yeah, Gracie, he loves his dollhouse. I probably did. Yeah, I'm gonna actually, here in a second, I'm hoping this doesn't cause a great big ruckus, but I gotta go out and get like a sandwich or something. So you guys are babysitting. I'm worried that Mr. P.O. is gonna try to jump the gate. I have to kind of keep a gate up. But I'll be right back. I just have to go grab something. What are you doing, Bussy? Come back over here. Come on. Buster, come here. I must have freaked him out a little bit. Bussy, come here. Aha, aha. I might be able to entice him to come out for some popcorn. I'm trying to catch up on the comments, you guys. Sorry, I do that. I'll go too long without eating, and my sugar gets a little bit low. You want a piece of popcorn? I'm not going in this room. I'm not that brave today. I will set it right here, though. You might come out and get it. Get some. It's in there. You want it? Are you gonna be nice? What a good boy. Come out here. There's another piece in there. I wish you would eat stuff like that, Earl. Sometimes Earl will eat some plain popcorn. Buster loves it. Yeah, I got something. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back and see what I've missed. First Birds, I recommend. parakeet slash budgies. Um, they're widely misunderstood. They're one of my favorite birds. The biggest problem I have with them is they have a lot of powder. Um, but people don't realize, like, if you just have one, they'll more than likely talk, and they don't talk like Earl. They're raspy and quiet, but they actually have an amazing speaking ability. Please don't ever get a bird with the intention that it'll talk, because not all birds talk. I had an African gray that did not speak really at all. Cockatiels are a great first bird. I feel like if you do your research, green cheeks or conures in general. If you want to bond with a parakeet, I recommend only getting one, and don't give them a mirror like everybody puts out there. Let me think. I think a Senegal, if you've done your research, could probably be a good one. Quakers, if you don't mind the noise. They're very intelligent and can speak well too, some of them. Some states it's illegal to have Quakers, but people do anyway. But anyway, I hope that helps. Yeah, that's true too. Although I know somebody that had a budgie that lived to be 25. I've done that before, Ruth, with the caramel. I made my own. Oh, Annika, that's sad. Oh, you're back, Buster. You want some popcorn? You want more? It's a big scene too. Like, I have to keep a gate up because of Bo. He likes to follow me around, and then he, So here you go.
What was that?
Earl. Bless you, Annika. I can't even look at snakes. Aw. Thank you, Keely. Hope I said your name right. I guess the thing, a lot of states with Quakers, I want to say Georgia's one of them, where you're not supposed to buy them, but they adopt them out as the rescues, so I don't know. But I guess a lot of people let them loose, and then they're very invasive, from my understanding, destructive. I don't know if any of you guys saw the video with the pictures that from our Australian friend Leonie. I hope I'm saying that right. It's really cool. They write to us a lot and send things. It's really nice. So I actually want to try to get a few pictures and send them to them. Well, Buster, why'd you throw it down? Hmm? Buster, you pretending you're frozen? It's not that I don't like them. I respect them, and I see the point. You know, they're beneficial to the environment and all that. My dad told me a story when I was a little girl. I got chased by a blue racer, and he always felt like that was where my fears came from. But I'm just petrified of them. I mean, just absolutely petrified. Let me try to scoot this back. See if that shows Buster a little better. Because he's so cute when he eats with his little claws. Little dinosaur claw. My little dino Buster.
Nope.
I think that's better.
Uh-uh.
Lovebirds are another good first bird. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. He loves popcorn. Honestly, I need to make it more than what I do.
Don't get it.
Earl will eat it sometimes. I'll put a piece up there if I can get by Buster because he's being kind of weird. Well, honestly, he's not being weird. You guys know how he is with me. You're okay, Bus. I grabbed a bologna sandwich because it was just the quickest thing I could do. No, it's okay. Here, you want another piece? Be nice. No. No. So that's where the no comes from probably a lot, because
No.
that popcorn perked you up? Same here, bud. Same here. Now he's going to clean his beak.
Don't.
Not quite sure why he's off camera now. So let me try to fix that. Sorry, you guys. Buster, be nice. I know that look, sir. I'm nice to you.
Don't bark. Uh-uh.
I see you. Look at him like acting like he's sweet and innocent. Don't fall for it. I know him.
Don't rock.
Yeah, Buster always misses Dad. I know his, like, how he is with me. And there's a certain look and a certain thing he'll do when he's going to come at me. And that's what he was doing right then. Yeah.
Uh-uh. Look out. Look out. Look out.
You being a good boy, Bus? No, I really can't make Buster do anything. I mean, like, he'll listen to commands to me sometimes when I tell him no or to go over or whatever, but he dances when he feels like it. Right, Bus? Sometimes I will ask him to sing, and he'll sing. Would you sing us a song today? Huh? He's kind of agitated with me right now. Earl doesn't really sing. Every now and then he'll dance. I found out Earl's more of an R&B guy. Right, Earl? His favorite song is Just a Friend by Biz Markie. Found that out by total accident. And he was getting down. He also likes a lot of Kool in the Gang. Right? He's listening to me. Well, Buster likes a little bit of everything. Hi, Roxy. Yeah, Buster's kind of agitated with me since I walked by. Oh, Gator Lady, that's Amanda's in Tennessee too. I googled it and it's just something like I wish you good health is what it said. I love Kool in the Gang too. They're a lot to deal with, especially if you have one that's already, has a lot of bad behavior, so. I think he doesn't like me near his room. His room is his room. Even when my husband goes in his room, he has to go in there with him. Like, he's very protective about his room. And then I walked by him to give Earl some popcorn, and apparently that ticked him off. And we're doing our live differently. We normally do it out in the kitchen and all that. So that's why he's giving me these squinty eyes and that stuff. He hisses at me a lot too. Yeah, right. Yeah, good luck, PJ. I kind of, one of my recommendations is watch some videos on understanding body language. Watch videos on where to pet your bird. This goes for all birds, not just cockatoos. And you only want to do the head, like under the beak, if they allow that without biting. Their toes. Do not pet under the wings. Like, you can kind of, we know our birds, so Buster can kind of be pet on the back a little bit by my husband. But if you pet them under their wings or anywhere besides really their head and chin, they think you're trying to mate with them, and you will get bitten. I don't know. I don't know anything about the bird, like its history or anything like that. Some of them are awful, I know, depending on how they've lived, and they need a lot of time out of their cage. They're cuddle bugs, but you got to be careful. You can do a little bit of that, but I just go in easy. I highly recommend learning their body language and learning where to pet them and learning about sleep. Buster, go over there, please. Go on. Sleep is, they need 12 hours of being up. They need 12 hours of complete dark and quiet. because if you can't give them that, though they just become really hormonal. They need to be out of their cage at least 5 hours a day. They need a lot of things to keep them busy. I call it a busy bee because a happy bee. They need things to enrichment. Look up things about enrichment. But if that's your first bird, I mean, just in my experience, a cockatoo is a very high level bird. Not saying that you can't do it, that's not what I mean, but they require a lot of time and attention. Well, are you I mean,
Go. Papa.
yeah, that's right, Annika. Yeah, I mean, there's some things that are universally to me the same, like the sleep, the petting. Those things are with all birds. But does Buster require more attention than Earl? Absolutely. Absolutely. And oftentimes they do pick male or female. Earl is more of a male person, although he does like two of my daughters really well. He'll even step up on my one daughter sometimes. And Buster is definitely, he loves my husband, but he also loves my daughters. Sometimes a little too much. So, in the wild, when birds breed, or mate, whatever, they bite each other. So, and birds sometimes bite, not to be mean, like if they lose their balance, they don't have hands like we do to try to catch ourselves, so they use their beaks. And, I've gotten bitten that way when he was just trying to catch his balance, so.
Nope.
I don't know if I've missed anything. I'm still kind of trying to eat. I'm still trying to get where I don't feel so shaky. I forgot, I keep my one daughter, she has to drink a ginger ale, like with her supper to kind of help her belly. And I forgot that I keep a case of it in my closet. So when she comes over to have supper with us, I have one on hand for her. So I pop one of those open to actually like get some sugar. I don't have any orange juice.
Papa. Okay.
That's good if you got somebody that handles them. That's a good thing. And again, this is just me. I'm not. I don't judge anybody. Just I have to live with what I have to live with. I think another part of Buster's problem is I have food. Because hang on, I'm gonna bring it to you. I have some cheese, and he sees it, and he loves cheese. I would not buy a bird if I was going to buy birds anyway. I would not get one that somebody would let you take them and hand feed them, because that just kind of means they don't want to take the time to do that. And unless you really know what you're doing, hand rearing birds is really difficult. So to me, a reputable breeder would not let you do that. Let me see if I have to wait for my thing to catch up to see if he's on or off frame. He's not. Sorry guys, I'm working on it. I'm not sure what you're asking, PJ. Are you asking me for suggestions on a good beginner bird? Buster? Are you hungry today? Hang on, Bussy. Hang on, I'm coming. Here you go, sir. Now you're gonna be nice to me, huh? I'm nice to you. You haven't had cheese in a while, have you? I mean, really, PJ, it just depends on the bird. Buster gets wild in the streets when all the kids are home, to the point where that's another thing with cockatoos. Like, I know it's funny when they're hopping, screaming, ranting around. And we do encourage Buster to do that because he needs to get it out of his system. But often you'll hear me in the videos, Buster's going to have a chill out session after this. And there is a point, and we just know Buster really well, where you have to say, stop. That's enough. So, I mean, I recommend a lot of research because cockatoos are completely, again, like there's universal things, diet, sleep, petting, those types of things are universal with all birds, even small ones. But cockatoos are very demanding. They're really more of they're going to pick one person that they love. And they can become very jealous of that person. Ask me how I know. And, they want to eat with you. They want to watch TV with you. They want to do everything with the person that they picked. And so, I consider cockatoos, like there's beginner, novice, and expert. And I consider cockatoos extreme expert. And I'm no expert, but I'm just saying, like, they are extra, extra. I'm not trying to tell you not to do it. I'm just telling you, they're the most rehome parrot in the world. And in my opinion, they're the most abused. Because they're very misunderstood. That's Earl talking. Yeah, Earl. Actually, I think that Earl likes the camera. List of beginner birds I recommend. No particular order. Parakeets / budgies, they're the same thing. Cockatiels, Senegal, Quaker, there was another one. Lovebirds. Of course, like lovebirds are really not a talking bird. And I know, but again, I had an African gray that only made noises. She did not speak at all. Canaries. I don't know many people that really like canaries. Green cheek conures or conures. There's so many varieties of conures, whatever. Um, but again, they require a lot of attention too. Quakers have a tendency to be loud, I'm told. There's some capes, I think, that are smaller and probably okay. I'm not against anybody getting a higher difficulty bird as long as you have the time and you can learn. So that's my advice to you. I agree, Sylvia. They are. I had somebody say, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said, it was a rescue person, they have a difficult time reading the body language of Amazons. They're amazing the way they talk and sing and all that, but yeah, I mean, if I got another bird, I want a little bird anyway, but and I would probably take in an emergency situation if somebody needed me to and adopt it out. But I don't really have a desire to have a Amazon, even though they are the cutest things ever. A macaw. We had a macaw once, and I find it difficult to read their body language, for me anyway. I really always wanted a Quaker, but the noise level, I think they would mimic Earl when he gets in his screaming moods. And I mean, it would just be double jeopardy for me. Yes, they do. No, not all cockatoos speak. No, not all cockatoos speak. I mean, most of them are going to mumble. Like Buster just kind of was mumbling right there. Buster has picked up a lot of words throughout his life that I have to really listen to. They don't, like, he says hello, hi, I love you, mama, dad. Certain things he says very, very plainly, but he is not as plain as like Earl. And they're not known for that. They're not known for talking. Yeah, I think he had somebody come and work with him, didn't he, Annika? Unfortunately, where I'm really busy with keeping up with my own channel, I don't get to watch people like I used to. But I thought that he had a time with him. Well, I mean, I have a time with Earl. I have to use his little magic box for stepping up. But I just respect his boundaries because he has been through a lot. So I think it kind of hurts him. What are you doing, Mr. Earl? Hey. What are you trying to do? I think it kind of hurts him to try to step up on a human. And he also he's trying to disappear too. He hasn't had a lot of positive human experience prior to. And I'm not saying they weren't good, I don't want to insult anybody that had him before. It's just, he didn't get a lot of time out of his cage and different things like that.
Jerk.
4 years. A little more than 4 years. A minimum, a cockatoo, needs a minimum of 5 hours a day out of its cage. Buster exceeds that. There are a few, situations. A couple times a year, my daughter has like her yearly appointments, and we step out for the day. I always try to make those on days where my husband can be home, but it doesn't always work that way. So occasionally that happens, and when it does, he's a real jerk to me for the next few days. But they do require a lot. I mean, I know African Greys, they say, can be out less, but Earl's out 5 hours plus every day. Earl gets to a point where he checks out. And when he checks out, he does this screaming thing until you put him to bed. Yeah, I agree, Sylvia. I like that name too. No. In my opinion, absolutely not. That you're going to see some on the internet where they have kids and all that, but absolutely not. Buster is an adult. That could make a difference. I know there's some young birds, cockatoos that are around children and do really well that I've seen on the internet. But Buster loves babies so much he would bite them, and that not to be mean. It's because he loves them, and that's sometimes he gets so overwhelmed with joy that we have to keep a separation when my granddaughters are here, because they're babies, they're toddlers. That's just my opinion. You're going to hear different opinions from everybody, but I don't recommend it. Oh, thank you, Gracie. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a friend. Well, her mom was like one of my best friends, and her daughter has autism. She just lost her mom. Actually, she's just texting me right now. But I know it's not the worst thing in the world to have autism either. I know so many people that have autism that are amazing. Buster, so I really want my husband to get him on a leash so we could do a little more things with him, but he hasn't yet. So Earl's on the side, by the way, over there trying to create some havoc here. There's lots of videos on YouTube on how to get him on a leash and things like that. I recommend the Avian, like the name brand one. It's like $30-some on Amazon. Then I don't really recommend the leather ones. They'll chew them. That's the best one I've heard by and large. My parrot friends that have leashes. But they can be trained that way, and some people put them in strollers. Buster would chew through a stroller, but there's things like that. Gracie, I hope you don't mind me asking this because I'm not. But if you have sensitivities, sensory for noise, you might want to factor that in with what type of bird you choose. Um, like it's a real some of the noises Earl makes are like, to me, he's louder than Buster at times. And we didn't realize it. My husband, like, it's a sensory thing for him when he does it. It's just ear piercing for him. So I know everybody with autism have different types of sensories. I think people even without autism can have sensories. So, but I just wanted to point that out, that might be something, if that's something you struggle with, you might want to factor that in to what kind of bird you get. Oh, good, good. That's good. Yeah, my friend that has it, she has a lot of sensories, like with noises and different things, and it can cause her to have a pretty serious meltdown. But she's pretty much on the severe side of the spectrum. Oh yeah, I can understand that. My dogs don't like it either. Well, they're starting to get boring. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Uh, well, it's. I know some people that have cats with birds. I can't have cats. My Max, my rescue, um, he killed a cat. Um, the thing with him is even with another dog or person, if you run, he'll chase you and jump on you. And now he's gotten older, it's much better. Now we did have cats around him in Ohio. We taught him, but if a cat would run, he would try to go after them. Um, so it's never been worth it to me to take the risk. But cats are predators with birds, but so are some dogs. Um, it just, you have to, the way you introduce them is, you have to be very careful. So I'm not really a good one to ask on that, because I don't have cats, and I don't, so you might try to look that one. Um, if I really appreciate the offer, Plato. Now, the thing with him is he only likes this style, the single story. Hey, Earl, come back over here, please. Where are you? Um, yeah, I hear you. I have boxes behind that for like when we sell stuff on Macari, and He likes to kind of go back there and chew on them, some of them. But he can't use like the double story or whatever, or triple. Most of them are triple stories. But for whatever reason, we've tried some other dollhouses, and this is the style, the only one he really likes. I don't know why. I think it's the way he can perch on it. It just must feel good. But thank you very much for offering that. That's really sweet. I don't know, because I think some birds really have a sense of empathy and would like people that are not as confident, but I could be wrong. I'm not nearly as confident as my husband, and Chris will tell me all the time, just go pick him up. But I'm like, you know, I've been bitten a few times, you know, so it's not that I'm shy. I can pick him up and do different things. Now, when my husband's around, it's, you know, like I said, cockatoos are extra. I know there's a channel, I try to be careful because it's a real popular channel. They don't recommend cockatoos, and I understand why. I'm glad we have Buster. I love Buster. I'm committed to Buster. But are they easy? No. I mean, any bird in general, just like the upkeep of the cleaning and just all of that, it's not real easy. It's worthwhile to us, and that's why we do it. But yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, Amanda sent him a really cute little house that I ended up giving to Buster. That was something I was going to suggest, Gracie. So they sell some little cats that walk, or birds, little chickens that walk and stuff like that. You might try that. But just introduction is the most important thing. Like when my daughter's raising a couple chickens for me, and when they come here, when they're old enough to come here with my hens, they will have to stay in a large kennel outside of the pen for about 3 or 4 days, and then at night, one night we'll put them in and they'll wake up together. They're still gonna Chickens really have a pecking order. It's a true thing. They're still gonna bully them and get their little pecking order in order, and then they'll be fine. But introduction is key. Mm-hmm. If I missed anything, guys, I'm really sorry. Hi, Buzz. You back? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about, Amanda. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing? Buster's getting wild in these streets. Well, there's an emergency squad's about to go by. Bless their hearts in my town. I'm telling you,
Huh?
I used to work in EMS. They run non-stop day and night here. Bussy, come over here with your toy, please. I don't feel like I can answer that question, Gracie. I apologize. I mean, I know people that have never had a bird. What's his name? I gotta think of his name. He lives in Canada. His bird is a female. She's not an umbrella. She's a different breed. Gosh, I can't think of her. I mean, very popular bird, and their names are right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I don't think he ever had a bird, and went with a bird even bigger than Buster. I mean, I don't think he has autism. But I mean, if you have the time and you have, things like that, there are people that get big birds as their first bird, and they do fine. There's just so many underlying factors. And a bird really does pick their mate, their human, not the other way around. And we have to remember we're trying to domesticate an animal that really belongs in the wild. And, for me, that's the only reason why I'll do rescues. I don't want Buster to have 50 homes through his life. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how to answer that question. I apologize. Yeah. That's good. I wish you had a rescue in your area so that you could go volunteer some, or maybe even if you're on Facebook or Instagram, or I don't know if Instagram have groups, but Facebook has lots and lots of parrot groups. You might be surprised that there's a little person in your area that actually rescues birds and might let you come once a week and spend time, offer to help clean cages for free, that way you can be accustomed and kind of see what kind of bird, you never know, you might be allergic to birds. So there's a lot of things to factor in with those decisions. But I highly recommend trying a Facebook group in your, area, like rehoming type ones or whatever, because more than likely you're going to find somebody close to you that actually rescues birds in their home. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on some bird groups just because if there's there's a couple times I've taken in some parakeets because they needed to be rehomed right away, and I've found their forever homes, things like that. So I kind of just get on them for that reason. Not really looking for any birds, but there was a few lost in our area that I messaged the person. I was willing to take them in, but luckily they did find their owners. So I do things like that. That's why I'm on them. But like I said, I guarantee you, there's some person that's probably got 8 or 9 birds right now that they're rescue, and they're in their home and they're trying to find them a forever home. And they're just not big scale rescues that you're going to find when you Google. And most people like that would be willing to work with you to see what kind of bird is best for you. Hi, Buster. I went through McDonald's one day. I was in Georgia, had an appointment. This was after my surgery. I was in line in Georgia, and somebody behind me had a greater sulfur cockatoo, and they were going through McDonald's, and the bird was right on her shoulder. It was really cute. I would like to visit Washington someday. It looks so beautiful. And Maine, I really want to go to Maine. Like, my husband would love to go to Alaska, but I'd prefer to go to Maine. Hello. Oh, hi, Lucia. Well, I mean, always use safety, you know. One of the things I always do with people in groups is, I only belong in private groups, first of all. They're a little better. And I always will go to the person's profile to make sure they're actually a real person. You do have to really be careful about buying birds online, because most of them are scams. But a lot of the private groups are better, and they catch on to that quicker. But I'm sure you could find somebody, you know, that's understanding. I've been to Ground Zero. We went to see it, what year was it? 2008 or 9? Thanks, Amanda. I'm getting ready to go off of here anyway. Willie, you'll take the lead. I'm just staying on extra to try to finish some of the bird questions I was getting, because, you know, that's something that's really important to me. I'm by no means any kind of expert, but at the same time, if someone is looking for a bird, I try to at least give ideas or other resources you can look at and things like that, because birds are rehomed all the time, constantly. So that's something that's important to me. But it looks like it's starting to wrap up, so I am gonna hop off soon. Yeah, I'd love to come back to New York sometime. Yeah, usually if somebody's nasty to you, the moderator will take care of it. Like I said, I highly recommend more private groups than public, that are more geared towards your area of where you live. So like, I'm in South Carolina, but I border Georgia. I'm really close to Georgia. So like, I can be on groups in South Carolina and in Georgia. But actually, there's some that are like South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, but whatever, you know. But that's my recommendation. You're normally going to get nicer people. So that's something to try. I am going to have to get off here. My dogs are needing to go out. Buster must have understood. So thank you guys for being here. I should be able to have a live next Thursday. Hope to see you all there. And Gracie and PJ, I hope, you know, do your research and don't be afraid to reach out to groups and talk to people. Don't just rely on what I'm telling you. But highly, highly recommend getting with someone that's a rescue. So good luck, you guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys. Oh, I'm trying to stop it on my computer and I have to stop it on my phone. Good Lord. Tell him bye, Bus. Say bye. Earl, tell him bye. Plus, I got to get Earl out of the corner over there. Thanks, everyone.